What's up, YouTube? We back with another video. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. It's All Pro Sports Talk, the home of sports talk, and we back with another video. And this one is for the Detroit Lions fans. Got some questions in the email what I think about Dan Campbell, and I believe he's a perfect head coach for this team. Starting off, man, I want to shout out to Avery Giovanni and Detroit Spirit Podcast. Very good podcast as well. I really want to put an emphasis on this. He said he reminds him of Bill Parcells. Dan Campbell reminds me of Bill Cowher in the way that he allows his players to be them. And it's going to be a rough aggressiveness on this team. I want to start off with the draft picks first. Of course, we know about Penei Sewell. In the second and third round, they selected some good defensive tackles as well. Now, the way this team is going to work and operate is through the trenches. They're trying to win through the trenches day one, as you can already tell. They have their good offensive line already, and they have Trey Flowers and Michael Brockers up the middle. This team automatically, in my opinion, is already better than last year's team of the Detroit Lions for the simple fact that Matt Patricia is gone. Matt Patricia wanted to change players and he wanted to bring in a Patriot way. That is not the correct way to coach teams. And that's why Bill Belichick coaches usually fail. They try to be Bill Belichick and not themselves. You look at what Dan Campbell is doing and what he's done with other teams. He allowed players to be themselves. And he was a former tight ends coach as well. And a lot of people are saying, well, this team, their wide receivers aren't good enough. They don't have the good weapons. Jared Goff needs weapons around him. They have TJ Hockenson, in my opinion, one of the better tight ends in the entire NFL. And guess what? Dan Campbell was a former tight ends coach, so you know he's going to get the most out of him. Dan Campbell allowed his players to be them. He's going to allow his coaches underneath him to be them and call the plays how they want to. It's going to be more free-flowing. Matt Patricia, this man wanted to input every single thing. He wanted his defense to be ran a certain way. It wasn't flexibility there. It wasn't flexibility on the defensive side. And now they have Aaron Glenn in, who I think is going to cook and I think has potential to be an NFL head coach one day. The way that he's going to call the defense is more flexibility on this defense. There's more ways that they can run this defense. And Dan Campbell's going to let them do their thing. He's going to let them flow and do what they want to do instead of him just having to input, oh, man, we need to run this right here. I know that we just ran that last play. We're running again like Matt Patricia did. It was a game last year that Matt Patricia ran the same defensive play call 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row, and they kept getting first downs, and the team ended up getting a touchdown on him. His ability to adjust is going to also help this team moving forward. I think that they have their guy here. And no, the Detroit Lions are not going to be playoff bound this year, in my opinion, but they could most definitely win their first NFC North championship underneath Dan Campbell in the next couple of years. The thing is that I really want people to emphasize with Dan Campbell and the way that he coaches is the fact that he was a former, he has experience with Sean Payton, New Orleans Saints. And that he has experience with seeing teams that are physical and being an upbringing. If you remember the former defenses with Sean Payton early off with the New Orleans Saints, they were brutal. They were rough. They played ragged. And you can look at it on this team. And I think Derek Barnes should be really good for Dan Campbell because this is the type of linebacker that he would want. Aggressiveness. A lot of people saw him in the press conference when they were laughing at him saying he wanted to take a kneecap off someone. He wants his team to be fully aggressive at all times. Never let up. Always go in and always do what needs to be done to get the game to win. They're going to be a tough team. Physical team. They have a good offensive line and they have a good defensive line as well. And if Jeff Okudah can pan out, they're going to be good there. This team has potential to be one of the best young teams in the entire NFL. And no, I'm not saying that they're going to be a 10-win team. Okay. But they're going to have some more improvement from last year than they're going to have this year. And it's going to be some struggles this year for the Detroit Lions. I'm not saying that it's going to all be good and fine because they do have some question mark at wide receiver, but they have some running backs there and Jamal Williams that I think can be a good power back for them. And DeAndre Swift can be a good move set back for them as well. Like I said, I really like the way this team is being run. Dan Campbell is the right coach for this team. He's going to let players be themselves. Look at Darius Slay, like I said last time. He did not get along with him. He ran players out of there because he wanted to bring in his own players and he wanted to bring in former Patriot players. That system does not work, and it's been proven over and over again. But with the way that Dan Campbell's building this team, the way that he's making himself be the face of this team, That is very interesting to me. A lot of people like to say, well, your quarterback should be the face of the franchise, or your running back or your star player should be the face of the franchise. I disagree with that. The best teams have their coach as the face of the franchise. You look at the New England Patriots. Yes, Tom Brady is an all-time great, right? But Bill Belichick, that's what most people know for the Patriots, is Belichick. That's what he is. He was a face for that team. Mike Tomlin is the face for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's how it works. It's not Ben Roethlisberger with all the allegations and stuff that he's dealt with. It's not him. But Ben Roethlisberger is there. But when the ship goes teetering, you need those interesting quotes from Mike Tomlin. Regardless of my feelings and thoughts about him, the best teams, universally and laterally, have the coach as the face of the franchise. Jimmy Johnson was another guy for the Cowboys in the 90s. Face of the franchise. Until he ended up getting fired from Jerry Jones. That's how it was. The face of the franchise. The coach has to be there when things are tough, and be there to face the media and say, hey, I got this. Don't worry about it. Shield their players, protect their players. And that is what Dan Campbell is doing. It's a very interesting critique that we don't see a lot of head coaches do anymore. You look at Bruce Arians, he'll throw anyone underneath the bus, which with some people that's fine. But more players are going to want to play for a coach that's like, man, the guy's not going to talk bad about me in front of the media. He's going to let me have it on the sideline, but he's going to tell me some things that we can work out behind closed doors. He likes to keep a lot of things covered up. That's what I'm starting to see with Dan Campbell. It'll be very interesting to see him moving forward. But I think for the first time in a long time, Detroit Lions fans, get ready to lose some offensive coordinators. Get ready to lose some defensive coordinators. Because Dan Campbell's going to let them coach the way that they want to be, and they're going to be coming from his coaching tree. I think that he's the perfect coach for this team, and he's the perfect head coach for guys that want to learn about football and learn about brutality and learn how to be physical on the football field. And I'm not saying they're going to be a dirty team, no. But they have some young players. They are an ascending team, and they are going to be better than they were last year because Matt Patricia is gone. If you agree with this take, let me know in the comment section. If you are new, help me out like how Dan Campbell's going to help out Detroit Lions, and hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys to have a great day. Stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.